somehow I figured it out that it's very important to network and be around people that have what you want. Even just being in the same room with them, being able to talk to them, again, it stretches your vision, and you never know who you might be able to meet who can help you with what you're looking to do. So I think getting really clear on what it is that you want and who you want to become, and then seeking.
Welcome to Empower Capital. Today we want to talk about 6 indices of success, how to really measure success. And today we have April here with us, and we are going to talk about the different areas of having a holistic, successful life. 1 is the mental transformation. 2 is the level of which you excel in your purpose in life. 3 is your physical and health well-being. 4 is financial well-being, and then 5, your purpose-driven relationships, and lastly, your spiritual transformation. So without further ado, April, please introduce yourself, and then we will get to how to really excel in all these areas of success.
Awesome. Thanks, Sam. Well, hi guys. I'm April. I am from a small town called Thunder Bay. It's in Northern Ontario, Canada. So for those of you in Thunder Bay, shout out. I really just wanted to be somebody from a really young age. I wanted to live the life that I saw on television, and being from a small town, I dreamed of the glitz and glamour. So I grew up there for most of my life, and in my early teens, I packed up my car and moved to the big city of Toronto. It's about a 19-hour drive for those of you who don't know, and started my life in the big city. And I transitioned from many different things. I first started in sales and realized that the people that I was selling to were the people that I wanted to be like, right? So I was in high ticket sales. I was working for a luxury car dealership. And so I was sick of the grind. I was sick of someone always having their thumb on me and telling me when I could and couldn't take vacation. So I ventured off and started my own thing. And now I'm a junior partner for a company that my partner and I work with. And so we help empower individuals financially. We work on the personal side and the corporate side. And so this opportunity has allowed me to have the freedom that I really want. So I'm very blessed, and I'm so grateful to be here with you, Sam. Thank you for having me.
So let's get straight to the first index of success. Number 1, let's talk about the how to really excel in purpose-driven relationships.
Okay, so this is huge. Being able to pick out groups or people that you want in your life, whether it's in friendships, relationships, professional relationships, is massive. And so for me, I realized very early that if I wanted to get into these circles, I needed to provide some kind of value. So whether it's just being there, being the happy person, always bringing great energy. That's one aspect. Another aspect could be, what are your skills? What can you bring value to these people that you want to get into circles with? There's a quote I'm sure a lot of you have heard, is that you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, right? And so you want to make sure that, that your circle is inspiring you. So get out of your comfort zone. Go to networking events, go to charity events. That's where I started, was volunteering at charity events so that I could kind of rub shoulders with some people that I wanted to be around. Go out to networking events, join a new sporting club. For me, I took up golf because I knew that that's where business was happening, right? So whatever you can do, whatever your field is, whether it's this or something else, get out of your comfort zone and go do one thing this week that will allow you to meet new people.
Absolutely. The sum of the 5 closest people. So you don't have to know math to understand that one, all right? So yeah. Let's talk about the financial side as well. Like how do we excel in this area? And financial, I believe this is a very important area for many people around the world. So can you speak on that?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's my bread and butter, right? That's what I do all day long. And you'd be surprised, a lot of people have no idea where they're at. And I think that's the first starting point, is looking at, okay, how much cash flow is coming in and how much is going out each month. That is a major starting point. If you know those two, then you can kind of say, okay, I need to track and see where my money's bleeding out. If you go through your bank statements, you can see, okay, I went to Starbucks and I spent $12 there. I went to Marshall's and I bought, or TJ Maxx, and I bought candles, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is for you, tracking everything. Because at the end of the day, nothing feels worse than financial stress. We'll get into probably the health portion because that's another huge one, but finance is huge. It can contribute to your stress, which then can contribute to your health. So really getting a handle on where you're at, how much money you have coming in, how much is going out each month, and then we can kind of work backwards and say, okay, this needs to tighten up, or sometimes it's I need to make more money, right? So your financial house is so important. Build that foundation, take it seriously, because it's like a lever that will leave you if you don't pay attention to it. So really having that in check.
Awesome. And so we have Empower Capital, right, to help you, give you financial literacy. So make sure to subscribe, share, follow, and spread the word, right? So we're here to help you in that area of financial empowerment. As well, April works in the financial services industry as well. So if you need anything as well, we can definitely direct you that path. So let's talk about the health and physical well-being, how to really excel in that area.
Yeah, this is major, right? There was a time in my life when I was so unhealthy. I was just filling my body with crap and not working out and not taking myself seriously. And you don't realize that those little tiny habits erode your self-respect and it erodes your confidence. And so if there's anything that you can do, if you're feeling stuck right now and your body's not where it wants to be, you're feeling sluggish, cut out sugars. Firstly, sugar is the literal enemy. As soon as I cut back on sugar, I felt amazing. And get out doing 30 minutes of some sort of movement. A walk. I walk. I don't like running. I know Sam is an athlete and he loves running. That is not for me. A brisk walk will definitely get the endorphins going. And even if you're stuck at your desk, slaving away, it feels like, just try and get outside, go for a walk, because your health, you can't buy that. Right? You only have one body, and your body is your vessel in which all of your dreams can come true. So take it seriously. Eat good foods, eat whole foods. As soon as I got my diet dialed in, was everything for me. I had more energy. I was able to get up earlier and go to the gym. I had less mood swings. It's just diet is huge and physical activity is huge. So just do something.
And make sure to drink lots of water too. Okay, guys?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So let's talk about the next area here. Let's talk about the degree to which you excel in your purpose in life. This is a tough one for a lot of people because figuring out their purpose is also a difficult task.
Yeah. I think when it comes to purpose, sometimes it can come down to gifts. So looking at what are you naturally good at? What do people compliment you on? For me, a lot of people would say you're a great listener, or I feel really good when I'm around you. And so maybe for you, it's something else. Finding out what your gifts are and then giving them away to others will probably lead you to your purpose. Because everybody has gifts, everybody has talents, whether you believe it or not, you have them inside of you. And so figuring out what those are and then being able to give them to others. At the end of the day, we're all on this earth, right? We're not just one person in our own little bubble, even though sometimes it may feel that way. It's not. There are others around that you can do amazing things for and help. And you get those warm and fuzzies when you help somebody else. Well, that is what it feels like to be living in your purpose all the time, is those warm and fuzzies. So really figure out what your gifts are and then see how you can give them to others.
Yes, absolutely. And there's a famous quote that says, we make a living by what we get and we make a life by what we give. Definitely, there's that fulfillment there. Let's talk about the mental transformation, how one can, how to, on that in that area. I think it's a very important area as well.
Yeah, mental is huge, especially now, right? You hear about so many people having anxiety, depression, all of these different psychological issues. And I think it comes down to, well, firstly, we're on our phones all day. So we're scrolling, we're getting these dopamine hits and it's messing with us. So really taking some time for yourself to find a good book, something that will inspire you. There are lots and lots. If you look up a space that you enjoy and you look up, personal development books, chances are you can find something. Some of my favorites are Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard, and I love anything by Ed Milet. So there's tons of authors and tons of motivational speakers and people out there to help you shift your mindset. Because if you're searching for a target, you have your eye on a target and there's somewhere where you want to go, it's about becoming that person to get there. And whether it sounds woo-woo or whatever it is to you, take that time for yourself to listen to the podcast, read 10 pages of a personal development or business book, something that's going to sharpen your skills and sharpen your mentality and maybe change the way you think about things. Because at the end of the day, right, again, we're not in our own little bubbles. There are many other people that we share this world with. And so the better equipped you can be to deal with many, many people will ultimately help you in your success journey. So read those personal development books. They're not silly. Get into good circles of uplifting people and listen to podcasts of people that you aspire to and you look up to.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I did for these past 2 years. And the amount of mental transformation I've had over the past 2 years, the thing you're looking for is looking for the better version of you. So as you become, the things that you want will also find you, because maybe the version of you now, it's not ready for that thing that you're looking for, right? Because if you get that thing now, you might not be able to sustain it. Let's say I wanted to be the CEO of Google or the CEO of Apple, and my mental transformation is not yet to that level, and I got that position. What do you think is going to happen, right? I'm going to squander that position because maybe my mental transformation is not up to par to that thing that I'm maybe looking for. So use as an example to sort of, really level up. Right?
Love it.
So now let's talk about spiritual health.
Every successful person that I know or look up to has a very strong relationship with God, whether it's faith in different religions that they practice. It could be anything. I think having faith is so important because when you're an entrepreneur, you're on a journey, and sometimes you can't see the success. You're doing the work, but you're not seeing the results. And so you have to have faith that something is going to come from it. So whether you practice, certain religions or you believe in spirituality, it looks different for everybody, but having that strong relationship with your faith really will change everything. There was a time in my life when I didn't have a ton of successful people around me and my faith wasn't there. It wasn't as strong. And I can tell you that my belief and my courage and my tenacity wasn't as strong either. So certainly figure out what your relationship is, whether it's with God or whichever path you choose to follow, but you need to have a strong relationship with faith. It has to happen because they all work together, right? Faith, family, fun, friends, all those wonderful F words that we love, they all coincide and work simultaneously together. So faith is so, so important.
Yes. And for me, as a Christian, my faith has been very critical, and the way I sort of really excel in that area is to go to church, listen to Christian music, read the Bible, meditate on the Bible, certain Christian music with very positive words and so on, and that keeps me, calm and throughout the trials of life. There's a lot going on in the world and in our lives, and so this sort of like really gives me that extra boost, that I need beyond. And so, so I'm very happy that you're here to talk about all these areas. And I think they all apply to everybody. And you can't just, focus on just one area. Because if you are great mentally and you neglect the financial, it's also an issue. If you're great in the financial and you neglect the relationship and the health, that's also a problem. So it's really difficult to ignore some of these areas and just be good on one. So you should seek to excel in all these areas for yourself, for your family, and so on. So April, thank you once again for coming on, and people, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and if you want to follow April, whether through social media, definitely we can help you with that as well. April T Official. Sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that way when that interview comes out, you're informed. But April, thank you so much once again. It is an honor to have you here. Once again, hopefully we can have you here again in the near future. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.